So my special guest this afternoon on XO Radio is none other than Mr. Rick Astley, who opened the Pyramid Stage at Glastonbury over the weekend, and then he went on to perform with the Blossoms on a different stage. Have a listen to this. Mr. Rick Astley, thank you very much indeed for joining me on XO Radio. So Glastonbury, absolutely amazing. Not only playing with the Blossoms, doing a full Smiths sort of set, but you've never been to Glastonbury before, have you?
I've never actually been to Glastonbury before, never mind played it. I've dropped our daughter off a few times. But yeah, and I thought, you know what, I need a new suit for that, that's for sure. And just had a great time. The Pyramid Stage is just absolutely amazing. The audience are gorgeous, wonderful.
Yeah.
And then I got to go and do a set with Blossoms a few hours later. So just an amazing weekend, really great.
Well, when I saw the clip, you looked so at home on that stage. You just wowed the audience, and there were so many people there for a 12 o'clock start in the afternoon. Absolutely amazing. But how nervous were you when you was backstage waiting to go on?
I know a few people, friends and what have you, have actually played that stage, other artists, you know, and
yeah,
I don't care who you are. I think you've got nerves doing that, you know. I think even if you looked at Elton, he had a great gig. He went down Storm, you know, massive, enormous crowd to see him. But I'd have to say, I don't know the guy well enough, that's for sure, but I think he would have had some nerves, I would think. It's Glastonbury, it's a rite of passage, it's something else, you know, so, but I also think you have to enjoy it, and I kept telling myself before we went on, just try and be in the moment, because you may never get the moment again. So just own it and just enjoy it, and that's what I did. I had a grin, to be honest. I had a really good laugh up there as well, so it was great.
Just going to ask you, Rick, why has it taken Glastonbury so long to invite you onto their stage? I mean, do you know what I mean? I mean, even Elton John has turned around and said that he's never been asked before until now, but unbelievable, that, isn't it?
I had my 4 or 5 years back in the day, and then kind of like slipped out the back door when no one was looking or cared. And then, you know, this last 10 or 15 years, I've been gigging again and slowly just ramping it up.
Yeah.
We talked on air just before we went on there, just saying about the Peter Kay thing, which was, you know, opening for Peter at Manchester and obviously London as well.
I mean, I've interviewed you before at the Rewind Festival, which was absolutely amazing, and you just stormed that one as well. And then I also saw you in 2007 performing alongside Peter Kay when he was doing his concert and everything else. Well, concert, stand-up, whichever way you want to put it. But what actually... And then you just sort of like disappeared for a little while. So what actually brought you back this time, and what's inspired you?
Yeah, I don't think I've ever lost the love of music. I think that's the important thing. I just don't love all the shenanigans that goes around it all the time, you know. And listen, I have no issue about promoting a record. That's the only way you get it heard, of course it is. But I just sometimes think when I was a lot younger, I just think a few warning signs went off, and not to get too heavy, but you see it with artists sometimes. The best example I can possibly give you right now is Lewis Capaldi. You know, he's really going through some stuff.
Yeah.
And he's been really brave about it, and he's talked about it. He's been as open as he possibly can. And, you know, he seems like he's got that, you know, strength in him that he's going to conquer that for sure. But you just wonder sometimes what this business does to people, you know what I mean? And we all sometimes breeze through it with a smile on our faces, but just sometimes, you know, the nerves do get to people, the anxiety and all the rest of it. And I think I'm no different. And I think sometimes I've thought, that's enough for now.
Now, you did a set with the Blossoms doing all the Smiths covers. I mean, I don't know how that came about, but quite bizarre, to be honest with you. But apparently it went down really, really well. Is there any chance, Rick, that we're going to see a little bit more of that? Maybe teaming up with Blossoms again, doing that sort of stuff? Or maybe anybody else, to be honest?
Who knows, I think, to be honest. I think that's one of the wonderful things about us doing that, is that we do it for the love of it. There literally isn't another reason. And I think we we both bonded quite strongly over that love of those songs and that band.
Yeah.
And there's something really super special about Smith's songs and the music and just everything.
Well, last weekend was quite a weekend for you, Rick. Not only that, you've got a brand new album coming out, and you're going to be touring, and you're going to be heading to the northwest, of course, in England. So tell us a little bit more about that.
When I play in what is technically my, backyard, which is obviously Manchester, in that arena, whatever it's called at the moment, it's been called a lot of things, that arena, but whatever it's called at the moment, and for me, Manchester and I dare say Liverpool are they're both kind of quite deeply in my heart because it's where I'm from. It's still got a bit of the northern accent, I guess, and it's just I'm a professional northerner when I'm away from it. You know what I mean? So.
Well, it's been great talking to you, Rick. Thank you very much indeed. Looking forward to catching up with you again very, very soon. Thank you very much indeed. Good luck with the new album. Good luck with the tour. And hope to catch up with you again soon. Thank you very much indeed.
Thank you.
Matthew David.
XO Radio.